I'm Bucky McGee.
I am Jeff Goldblum's open shirt.
And I'm Captain Kirk.
I'm Shooter McGavin.
I'm Tom Nook's little buddy.
And we're the Idiot Savants. And you're listening to Crazy Train of Thought on the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman.
I need a super shotgun that fucking works.
You'd break a skull before you broke the controller.
We're making gambling machines in Japan. I'm sorry.
That was fucking awesome. I have another 3 hours.
It's like slow sludge.
I mean, I was just gonna blow it on cocaine and hookers, but that sounds better.
Where are like the knife fights or like the headshots?
We're going off the rails on a crazy train of thought.
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. On today's episode, I have...
Straight from the Shire, Philbo Swaggins.
Philbo Swaggins is here. Thank you for joining us, Philbo.
Sharon Ramone.
Sharon Ramone is here. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Excellent. First time on the pod.
Yep, long time listener, first time
Oh,
here.
first time here. I like it. Next.
Freaking Colin Giffy.
Colin Giffy's back.
Back on the pod.
Back on the pod.
Back on the pod.
Good.
When did that
good
become
to-
a thing?
You made it up.
Okay.
It's good.
That's fine.
Good to have you back, Colin.
Yeah.
We missed you last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed myself too. I was a little out of it.
Yeah. Well, you can tell that story a little bit later. And joining us remotely, we have...
Pokemaster Troy Osborn here.
Pokemaster Troy Osborn is here. Thank you so much for joining us, Troy.
Of course.
So, listeners, this is going to be a little weird. We have 4 of us in the studio, and then Troy is joining us over Skype.
Avoiding the Rona.
Avoiding the Rona.
I got a baby I gotta take care of.
No,
He's
it's the
got to
Rona.
pee.
He's making excuses.
Sit when he pees.
So this is my baby, and I'm trying to take care of it right now, Troy.
I understand.
And failing.
I'm glad to have you here, though, even if it is remotely. So I'm going to try and... Troy is recording on his end, and we are recording on our end, and then I'm going to try and plug those together if that can even happen.
It's going to be a
I don't know.
fucking monstrosity. It's fine. Hopefully
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
I have 100% faith in you, Ryan.
Oh, God, thanks.
We all have faith in you.
No one else does.
I do. I listen to the podcast every week, and I greatly enjoy your editing.
I'll be there for
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So, Colin,
What?
why weren't you here last week?
I done got in a car accident
Is
after
that so?
work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Please tell me what happened.
Well, I was on my way home from work eating a McChicken. Seriously.
Okay.
As you do.
As I do, yeah. So I had a McChicken in my mouth during this time. And I was going on a green light, and I looked to my left and said, "Oh, fuck, this dude's running a red light." Okay, that's not what I said. I just basically said, "Fuck."
Wait,
Like,
did you just go like...
Yeah, I bit my tongue really hard.
Well, no, because you had a sandwich in your mouth.
You're lucky you didn't choke and die.
I'm lucky I didn't choke and die.
For real.
But the car, so this dude ran a red light and T-boned me.
Idiot.
And I just ended up on the side of the road. And I went over a curb onto the grass because it was like in an intersection of the city. And
like leaning, or like did you just
no,
bump
I
over
bumped up over it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it damaged my wheels and everything. But the car's totaled. The car's gone. But the first thing I said, I thought to myself, I looked down and said, "Damn it, I got McChicken all over my seat."
Like that fucking matters.
That's like the least of your worries right now, dude. Your car's gone.
Right.
Damn it, I got McChicken on my seat. How am I get that shit out?
gonna
your
be
car
late
is
for the
totaled.
The
pod.
mind of
Yeah.
a detailer.
Yeah, exactly. But gosh, man, yeah. So come to find out, like a few minutes later talking with the police because, like, oddly enough, like right after the crash happened, I heard like 10 sirens.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the world?
It's that's
I was
a
like,
good response.
I was like,
time.
how in the world did like they get here so fast? And I get out of the car and there's like 10 cops surrounding this car. And it turns out he's running from the cops. What? Yeah. He was running from the cops and freaking hit me while I was doing it. Dude was literally living GTA.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what the Rona does to our city.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, but I literally was like, I know how it feels to be an NPC in Grand Theft Auto now. You just hit them, you don't even care, you just keep going.
So does that mean that they're also spilling sandwiches in their cars?
Yeah, dude, you're like, oh, I got me
Mayonnaise
chicken on my seat.
everywhere.
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
Oh, bro, I got my chicken on my seat. God.
You know,
it's pretty horrifying.
Go light on the
Swear it's
man.
mayonnaise.
But yeah, like at first I felt fine. I got out of the car, talked to the officer. She's like, well, are you going to go seek medical attention? I was like, no. 5 minutes later, I was like, hey, I'm going to go seek medical attention.
That is exactly what happened when I was in a car accident. And like,
Jesus.
because that happened to me, and you get out and you're fine, adrenaline, and then you look at your hands and like you're covered in blood, and you're like, I don't want to stand up anymore.
I wasn't covered in blood. But yeah,
I was.
But I was hit from the side. It was the rear driver door. So it was my side of the vehicle.
Oh,
if I was going any slower, I probably would have been really hurt.
Yeah, good
But
thing
it
you
was just
gassed it.
the only thing that I got a little bit of whiplash, and I had to go. My ribs started hurting really bad in my chest.
Do you have a bruise from the belt?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw you in the picture you sent me. It looked like your airbag went off.
Yeah, airbags went off.
Deployed.
Airbags deployed, which means total loss.
Yeah.
So
Usually.
yeah, usually. If not, Geico did send me how much it was going to be to fix the car, and it said $11,533.
No, they didn't. $11,000 to fix your car.
But that's a total loss, though.
Okay.
But get this is kind of cool. So I don't have gap coverage, which gap coverage covers the amount that you owe, because nobody offered it to me when I bought the car. I didn't even know it existed. at
well,
first. And now I work at a car
usually-
dealership.
Usually
and
it's a
yeah, I know.
rip-off. Like,
Yeah, sometimes.
Unless you
but
go to
in my
State
case,
Farm,
it would be
you know.
if I got it, because I'm going to tell you why. Because I owed the bank, I think
and
it said...
wait. For the listeners, tell listeners what gap coverage is.
Gap
for those of
coverage-
you that haven't bought a
Gap
car.
coverage, so if you get in a wreck, if you get in an accident, your insurance company or Gap will cover the amount. So say I owe the bank $15,000 on the car, and the finance company's only the insurance company's only wanting to give me $13,000. Gap will cover the $2,000, so I don't have to pay it out of pocket. So for not having Gap, that was a big problem for me. That was going through my mind, is how much is what the insurance going to give me going to cover everything. And so I called my bank, got my 10-day payoff, and they said, hey, 10-day payoff, $12,886. And I was like, dang. I got that very day right after I got my 10-day payoff, Geico called me and they're like, yo, we're giving you $12,865. So I'm only $20 in the hole for not having a Gap. I got lucky.
Excellent work, Colin.
Yeah.
20 bucks.
Excellent work for nothing, dude. I got
I
no
will
wreck.
say one thing for advice in the future
Get Gap.
on your neck. Well, not even just that. If you can, go over to State Farm, like actually go in person, because they can give you
I had
better
State
offers.
Farm.
If you have their loan, like if you get your loan moved to their bank, go in. I can give you my guy. Like if you go in,
Yeah.
Is your guy
They
Jake?
Oh, you got a guy?
What?
Is it Jake from State Farm?
no.
Yeah.
No.
If you go in, they can give you better offers. Like he
Sounds
says,
ugly.
come in.
I
If
hate
I'm
State
on the
Farm.
phone, I can't give you good offers because I have to follow what they tell you to. But if you go in, but if you have your car loan through them, you get Gap for free.
I didn't get them for insurance. Well, like
Yeah.
our Ford side, they work Gap into all their leases. Toyota does not. So
Yeah.
but I get it, and it's only like $4 or $5 a month. So,
Yeah.
like worth it.
But it was worth it to not have it in this case.
Yeah, in this case, it
one
was worth it
instance.
to not
In this
have
one
it. In this
Excellent
instance,
work.
Yes, that's what you get for having a Toyota. Toyotas keep their value.
Yeah, for sure.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, but yeah, State Farm. I used to have State Farm, and I was paying like almost $100 more than what Geico quoted me.
Again,
Out the ass.
I will give you my guys'
Ryan was
information.
here
You
for
have
that.
to-
Where you were? I was like,
you
the fuck?
yeah.
you have to go in because they can give you
No.
better offers
No,
when
I
they're
know.
not on the phone.
I know, and I did. I used to, like they would literally like hand deliver desserts to our house. Like they were that awesome of people. They were good people. They were just overcharging me, and I was on like
How long
on
ago
my
was that?
parents' plan. Like last year, I was on my parents' plan, everything too, and had like a bunch of discounts, good driver discounts, everything. And Geico quoted me almost $100 less for the same coverages. I'm like, heck yeah.
Well,
But we're not going to argue about what better
Yeah.
car insurance is. Geico
Yeah, I
could
don't
save
think-
you 15% more. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Do you want to be though, Geico? I mean, for real, I just talk really good stuff about it.
But no, seriously,
Give us
like,
a little bit of money.
talk to the
Hashtag
guy I have.
Geico
Hashtag.
and Twitter, Troy, when you do the post.
When they call me, I'm like,
I will
hey,
do
you guys
that.
want to sponsor a podcast? It's not about cars. But sometimes we talk about cars. Yeah.
Ryan, we
In
could probably
rare
get one of the
occasions.
local Geico agents to sponsor the
yeah,
pod.
I'll see what I can do.
I should talk with my guy too and be like, hey,
Yeah.
Get State Farm and Geico on the
Yeah,
pod.
get them
Let them
fighting.
duke
Yeah.
it out, dude. I'm ready.
I think
See what
my
they
guy-
see
I
who
think-
can quote me at the lowest rate.
I think
Yeah.
the guy who I have would tear the other person to shreds. That dude works magic. I need to have you go talk to him. Like, seriously.
Wait, what's
I think his name's Chris.
Okay. My old guy name was Rocky. His name was Rocky from State Farm. Rocky. Yes.
I had Rocky
name
once.
was. You've
What
had
was he, a
Rocky.
Power Ranger?
He's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool dude.
He's the Red Ranger for sure.
Back when Adrian got in the car, right? I was like, Adrian!
You get gap insurance for free.
You know, when you're the Italian stallion, you don't even need that gap insurance. You just pay. You got an Italian family, they pay everything up front.
It's a face the horsepower.
Oh God!
Okay.
You know, but I was basically
That's
like
why we
Rocky in
missed
the
you
car
this
accident.
week,
Man,
Colin.
came out and not even hurt barely at all. You know, it was a miracle.
Well, you probably had eggs for breakfast, right? You just cracked the
Yeah,
eggs,
dude,
put them in
yeah. No,
the cup.
You just
I
eat the
didn't,
whole
no, I didn't
thing.
put him in
Slam
a
'em.
cup. I just over my mouth,
Then
dude.
you get shells in your
I
mouth.
just crack it on my
Gross.
teeth.
No, you have to swallow the entire egg whole.
No, you
Yeah.
don't. I saw Rocky. He didn't
That's
do
what
that.
I do. Yeah, but he had multiple ones in there. He'd swallow them whole at a time, like yolks. Like
He
you
didn't
can't
put the
you can't
egg in his mouth and
You
chew.
don't
Okay?
stir it.
No, you don't
but you
chew.
swallow the whole thing.
Yeah, he put it in a cup. He butts. Fuck off. He
no,
busts it
I
in
know
a
it.
cup.
Yeah,
You gotta
but you still drink
swallow-
them whole.
Right. I didn't say he blended it. He puts
Okay.
it in a cup and then he drinks a cup.
It's like you're making scrambled eggs, but instead of scramling them, you just drink it. That's disgusting.
No, because
That's how I eat
It's
my
like
eggs.
whisking,
What do you
whisking
mean?
the eggs. My bad. Like you're about to make scrambled eggs.
You are technically scrambling eggs even if they're raw.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
no, you gotta down them whole like Gaston.
Yes.
12 dozen eggs.
sure. Who's Gaston?
Beauty is a fucking beast.
One
Oh, okay.
eats like Gaston.
No one swallows like Gaston.
God.
12 dozen eggs down your throat like Gaston.
That's not the lyrics.
I know.
Okay.
When I was a boy, I ate 12 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large.
That is not even the best Disney movie, but we don't have to argue about that. I'm just going to say my piece. I think we can move on probably to
From Cars and Eggs.
Animal Crossing, Troy. I want you to start.
Yes.
Philip talked a little bit about Animal Crossing last week. So you let's hear your piece.
Dude, I played it at your house, Ryan, and
For
was like,
40
this
minutes.
game kind of sucks. For like a minute, I was like, this is not for me. And then my brother had it and said he was going to start playing it. I was like, well, you bought it digitally, right? So you can game share with me. And now I game share with my brother, and I started playing it, and I can't stop playing it. Like,
Yes.
if my son wasn't downstairs right now on it, I would be playing it while I'm talking to you.
Okay, well you should be concentrating on the pod, but fine.
I
I mean,
I
you're already
am
not
now.
here.
What?
You shouldn't be playing Switch while you're not here and be not here twice. Come on, Troy.
Well, I didn't, see, so I'm being responsible.
Is there a mobile ripoff version of Animal Crossing? Because I'm about to download it.
Yes, it's not a mobile ripoff. It's just a mobile port of Animal Crossing. It sucks.
It's not
So,
a mobile
what
port,
do
it's
you-
the mobile game.
What do you like about Animal Crossing, Troy? You say you can't stop playing it. Tell me why.
It's freaking addicting. I really don't know why. Like, I just want to progress and pay off Tom Nook
doing
because I'm
happening.
his.
Pay off Tom Nook.
You gotta pay the bills, bro. You gotta pay the bills.
Okay.
The bells.
Yeah, as it were.
And I don't like. I can't even put into words. I haven't put that much time into it. I don't think. But
Would you agree that it's the best game where you do nothing?
I'd say it's the best game where you pretend to be an adult for hours on end.
So when we talked on the phone earlier this week, you told me that you were enjoying it quite a bit. What is your favorite thing about it?
My favorite thing about it would probably be playing together with other people on other islands. I did that with my brother, and that's pretty fun.
Okay.
And the interaction that you can have between each other in that instance
What do you
And
mean?
then
How do you interact with each other? Can you see each other on the screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. You go to the other person's island. They can you can use their shop if they're further along in the game than you are. It's just really neat how they don't lock you. Like, oh, well, you're not far enough to be on this guy's island yet.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool that they don't lock you. It's almost like you're locked behind a paywall, and this game only progresses in real time.
That seems like some shitty stuff Nintendo would do, too. Would be like, oh, you're not level 52 yet. You can't join Phillips Island.
Exactly.
So it's good for them to maybe take a step out of their comfort zone, too, because they're used to screwing over their customers in terms of online stuff.
They do that.
I mean, and then the point with Animal Crossing is meant to kind of, even in the other versions, like the GameCube, you had the crossplay, the DS and stuff, both DSs. The point was like, come together, bring people to your place, go to their place, and buy their stuff, because there's so many things to get in the game, like endless things. You could have whole rooms designed to one item type. Right. You know, massive things. So if you go to someone else's island, oh, they have that chair I want. Oh, I have this chair you want, or this fridge, or this thing, blah, blah, blah. And you just go around and get stuff from each other. That's kind of
Ryan.
It's just a children's drug deal.
Well, that's good, Troy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Is your brother further than you are?
Yes. He got it on his birthday, so early, like a couple days after release.
Okay.
So he's further than me. I just started playing. I'm on, well, I guess I'd be on day 4 today.
So you had mentioned owing Tom Nook. What do you owe Tom Nook?
I owe him bells. I owe him right now, I paid off my first house, and now I think I'm up to owing him like 90,000.
Is your first house a tent?
The first house is a tent. Okay. And then you pay that off because you got to pay off your Nook phone and all the other bullshit. He gives it all to you, and then he's like, "Hey, you got to pay for that shit, boy."
Boy, it's exactly like real life.
It's interest free, and you can take as long as you like.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just a medical bill.
Yes,
it's just a medical bill.
Tom Nook is quite the cyst.
You still owe him.
Medical bill's interest free?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Especially if you talk with them, you know.
If you can still talk, yeah.
What? I don't know. You're being waterboarded? What's going on?
Waterboarded. Okay, Sharon, you had mentioned at the beginning of the pod that you were not exactly an Animal Crossing fan. Please explain.
Well, from what I know, it's a lot like Farm Simulator, something like that, of that nature, like a Sims kind of game. There's no like missions or quests or like any like real purpose or anything to do. You don't have to find anything. You just live life, man.
I think
you're not a collector.
You just live.
You just dig for fossils, is what I've seen Rachel do.
Dig for fossils.
Yeah.
Dig for fossils.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's a collecting game.
House, build your house.
It really is.
It sounds so stressful.
It's not.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Hey, with everybody being laid off now, it's another form of work. You don't get paid. But congratulations.
It's like being laid off.
It's like being laid off,
That sounds stressful, man. Where are like the knife fights or like the headshots? Like,
Knife fights? So, knife fights in Animal Crossing?
I got a story from my brother because you said knife fight. So you can open up your gates to anybody that has your friend code, right? And just everybody adds him, right?
Okay.
And him and his friend were by themselves on his island, and then somebody just shows up. So they run to the airport with their axes and stand there and swing their axes at him. He's like, dude, is this how you treat your visitors? And he's like, anybody that I don't know, yeah. You can't actually hit them, but it was so cool.
That actually sounds kind of fun, you know? so there is some knifing
some
to be
axe
had.
murdering.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you can get attacked by wasps. You got to catch them.
Oh, those guys are bitches.
Yeah. Just stand in front of the tree with a net, and then when they pop out, you'll swing and you catch them.
One at a time? That's not going to be fast enough.
No.
They're going to swarm your ass.
You catch them all in one go. Just get them all in once.
Can you go like bow hunting or anything? Can you?
This isn't Assassin's Creed.
Look, in Tomb Raider, I get a longbow. Like Destiny, I get guns. Like there's, Call of
This
Duty.
is a game that's aimed at
You get a
children, but
slingshot.
adults like more.
Oh.
You get a slingshot to shoot stuff out of the air.
Almost a weapon.
It's like a weapon, yeah.
You can only shoot them at balloons, not people, though.
What?
Well, there's gifts that float around in the sky all the time, and you shoot them down, and hey, I got a free couch.
Now that sounds like Fortnite, man.
One of those is going to be a UFO,
Fortnite.
and you're going to be fucked.
There might be some form of UFO thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
I have a praying mantis head on my wall in my house right now.
That sounds pretty cool.
That's like just a little one, or like a one that you can see
in game or your real house. I actually thought about your real house for a second. I'm like,
one that you
that's an
personally
odd
killed.
thing.
Did you hunt that mantis?
right.
Like this dinosaur head on the wall that Ryan has, dude. It's totally real.
On Animal Crossing, that size of a praying mantis head, actually.
Okay, so there's
and
no
is it like
praying
Minecraft?
mantises
Did you have to mount it on the wall yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
You decorate the whole house yourself.
The house decorating is way better, because before you would have to set everything yourself and specifically put it yourself, which can be a little annoying, because if you have this chair there, you can't really move them because you get stuck. So you got to be kind of go in a circle. Well, now you press a button and the whole thing goes out, and you can put it wherever you want from a screen, and just put that there, turn it here, put that on that, and organize everything.
It's a little bit easier to set up your rooms then.
Yes.
Okay.
But are there perks for decorating your room?
I mean, you can have a specific. I mean, yes, actually, yes. There's a thing called the Happy Home Academy, and the better score you get via decorating, they send you stuff. So you can actually get
decorate
gifts.
more.
Yes.
Oh.
So, if you make themes to your rooms and they follow well, you get better points, and they will send you better things.
So take down the stuff you just put up. We're gonna send you more.
Yes.
And put that stuff up.
In a way where you're saying, there's no missions or goals.
Right,
they
okay.
added that in this. It's a thing called Nook Miles. Yeah. It is an achievement list. Basically, you do things and then you get miles, which is another currency that you get special things for. And then when you pay off your house, you get a Nook Miles Plus, which just throws in these little things that you can constantly do to never end.
I hate
getting
this
that.
so much.
When you pay off your house.
It
When I
does
heard
seem
those
so
words.
lifelike,
Yeah,
man.
I don't need Nook Miles.
Whoa.
I don't
Don't
don't need another house payment.
See, the thing that's nice about it, though, is it's just, this is stuff that you normally just did in Animal Crossing. You'd catch all the fish, find all the fossils, catch all the bugs, you'd do all the plants, you'd get all the fruit, you'd set up everything how you want. Now they're giving you an actual reward for doing it.
that.
Because
Okay.
you get things like you can...
They're trying to gamify it, is what you're telling me. They're trying to make Animal Crossing a real game.
I guess.
Yeah.
So,
I'd
is Animal
agree with
Crossing
that.
just basically the kids' version of Sims?
A little, but
That's what I'm picking up.
better.
Yeah.
I like that
I don't like Sims, so...
And why? Why?
Well,
It's too adult.
imagine-
It's too much.
described
It's too
it.
much
We
of
just
being an
talked about
adult.
imagine Sims, but you're playing in it instead of just...
Controlling
God.
playing God.
Yeah,
I
that's
get
a
that.
good point.
But with the Nook Miles, you can get things one of the things that you constantly get is a ticket that you go on a plane and you go to a random island, just an uninhabited one, and you can get resources there. Because another thing they also added, which obviously it's in every game now, but is crafting.
Okay.
So you get resources like wood, iron, all you mine rocks, you mine trees and all this stuff, and you can build your own things via tools, furniture,
Like
blah,
every
blah, blah,
game
blah.
has crafting now. There's always something
This
to
one is
craft.
good,
There's
though.
some materials you have to gather so you can craft something.
The thing, though, I like in this is stuff that was always in Animal Crossing. They're just getting more for it. So instead of just having to buy the furniture or find it, you're able to make it, which is cool because it gives you more to do. You have a lot more to do, which I can see why people are getting so crazy into it, because it is the most of a game that Animal Crossing has ever been.
So it sounds like Minecraft, but with more work.
And it's way better. Minecraft now is boring.
I wouldn't.
I also don't like Minecraft.
I
so.
can't do that.
I played it so much.
Minecraft?
Yes.
I've played it for about 45 minutes.
I'm with you. The one time,
yeah,
and I
played it above
didn't
my
get
max.
it. Like
4
when
or
my
5
character went
years.
to sleep, I was like,
I guess I'm done.
I'm so
I was still a
bored.
baby when Minecraft came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's cute.
So to boil not Minecraft. Dang it! See what you did.
Get rid of that Minecraft.
To boil Animal Crossing down to a game. I'd say it's a collection game.
Okay.
Like, you collect all the bugs, you collect all the fossils, you collect all the fish, you get all the houses, the house maxed out, and decorate that however you want. So it's like a collecting game, and that's like one thing that draws me to it. Being a Pokemon fan, I gotta catch them all.
Yeah, we definitely.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So you know, there's a collecting aspect of it, and I've always been a collector, whether it be video games or real life stuff. And this has drawn me in now, and I'm not sure that I'll be able to get back out.
So Troy, with you comparing it a little bit to Pokemon, with it being a collection game, like, what if we got an Animal Crossing Pokemon crossover? Like,
that'd be amazing.
Like Pokemon Crossing, basically.
The
I could
world
see that
would
being a
stop
thing,
turning.
Like,
I would love that.
what if the game played like Animal Crossing? There's more to do to just catch Pokemon and do like what you do normally
Again,
in Pokemon.
the world would stop turning.
But like, yeah,
Everyone would play it, and that would just be it.
because then you can go out and like instead of catching bugs, you literally catch Pokemon. Or something.
That's what I'm
like that.
saying.
It'd be like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I haven't
It
seen
would
that
be.
yet.
Yeah.
I like
need
that
to,
movie.
or read the book.
I did read the book. It's good. It's a
We
good book.
almost got killed going to see that.
Whoa,
The same thing you went through. Some asshole trying to T-bone us.
trying. Yeah.
Did he though?
Like, seriously, he pulled out, and I'm honking, and I had to. Luckily, there was nobody next to us because I had to swerve out of the way into another lane. Because this dude, he's full red light, I'm green, and he just going slowly, and I'm like, "What are you doing?
He wanted
I'm
to
right
hit you."
here."
At least he wasn't purposely speeding into a red light zone.
Yeah.
Trying to run from the
Or
cops.
was
from the
he?
cops.
Like he knew that light was red. There's no way he didn't. It was like the busiest road in the city that we live in.
Sweet. Are we Animal Crossing out?
I don't. Yeah.
So
for
Troy's
now.
becoming a bigger fanboy of Animal Crossing than Pokemon. It's no longer-
No.
Yeah, would Cannibal Crossing be
Cannibal Crossing. Cannibal
That might
Hector.
be.
for real?
That would just be Animal Crossing and then the psychos from Borderlands.
Hey.
Solve the wound! It's a line.
Oh man, yeah, I've been playing Doom Eternal.
Woo!
Which I've heard nothing about. I haven't even watched a trailer. I don't
I
think.
watched the movie.
The movie?
Can I?
Oh God!
Did you watch the new Doom movie or did you watch the 2004
The
Doom?
Rock Doom.
The Rock Doom.
I watched them both. But
Yeah?
recently, I saw the new one.
Yeah, was that any good?
Recently. It's very low budget. I really appreciated that. I really
heard-
did. Yeah.
I've heard that the other one was better. Even though
was?
it wasn't great, but I've heard that it was better.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a question for you, Ryan. Have you
will listen.
seen the amazing meme that came forth from Doom and Animal Crossing coming out at the same time?
I've seen a handful of memes. I'm not
Where
sure
it's
which one you're referring to as
Basically,
amazing.
what it is it's Doom guy is getting Animal Crossing, and like he's playing it on his Switch.
Awesome.
And then Isabel, who like runs the towns and is basically the figurehead of Animal Crossing now, is going in and getting Doom. And so it has him like sitting on a couch just playing it like all happy.
Yeah.
And then it has her like on a computer like this crazy setup playing Doom with like I don't remember what shirt she has, but it was really funny. She's like, "Die, you motherfucker!"
Awesome.
Wow.
Yes. This is perfect.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I yelled, "Die, you motherfucker," while playing this on Saturday and Sunday. That is a regular occurrence. I just scream at my fucking TV. So they did a lot of things to make this game a little bit better than the first one. So it definitely has more depth in the campaign where you're constantly earning XP and you're leveling up, and there's events where you can earn icons for your multiplayer character. And now you have like basically like the things that you can do in Call of Duty where you customize your icon and your title and customize your weapons with skins and stuff like that. They've put that into Doom now, but it's not there's not a multiplayer mode per se. There's not like a team deathmatch mode, which I talked about last week. They got rid of that. And it's this, where you play as the Slayer and then two people play as controlling the enemies of the game, basically. So
That sounds fun.
it does sound really fun.
You haven't done it yet?
I just did the tutorial. I didn't even get to jump into any levels of the battle mode. That's what the multiplayer is called. I've just been doing the campaign.
And is it just that mode where, like, that's the only multiplayer? Is just the asymmetrical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that somebody at work said that they're adding a third mode before too long, but I didn't see any news articles regarding that, so I'm not really sure what this mythical third mode could be.
Like third mode in addition to single, multi, and then...
Yeah. So whatever, I don't know if it's going to be co-op or
Doom
what.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You have one Slayer and then 99 people.
I mean, that's what the campaign feels like, because they just funnel so many enemies at you at a time. And I really appreciate, like, as you're playing through and you're unlocking things, you're unlocking new abilities for your weapons, and you're upgrading your armor, and you're getting new runes. Runes are like special abilities that you can equip to your character. So one might speed up the speed at which you perform your glory kills, or your reload speed. I mean, that one was kind of boring, so I didn't choose that one. Or like as you're flying through the air, you can pull the left trigger and aim, and that slows time. So you can aim in real time, but time has slowed for everybody else. Like, that's really cool.
So you can slowly kill demons.
Well, that lets you, like, coordinate your battle a little bit better, because everything is so fucking fast that you need that slowdown.
Yeah, they have a Doom VR, and apparently that's really hard to play because how fast paced.
Yeah, I'll fucking bomb it. Holy fuck. It's like a roller coaster of Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean,
And
that
was what I was forgetting with 2016 even, when I was playing like a little bit of it. I'm like, geez, this is super fast.
it's so fast.
Yeah. Even the original Doom, like playing the first game, like you go back and play the first game, you move really fast.
Yeah, your character moves very quickly through the environments, and that was something that they recreated very well for 2016 and Eternal. There's also a rune that lets you, I think it's called Death Blow. So if you die, it will basically down. It's kind of like down but not out, but you don't actually go down. Like, you can still move your character around, and that lets you get out of battle. And I think, like, it seems like it lasts forever while you're playing, but I bet it's no more than 5 seconds, where you can move your character away from the things that are going on, or you can, like, maybe switch weapons and, like, switch to the rocket launcher and kill a bunch of people at one time. And in that death blow state, you don't take any additional damage for the 5 seconds or whatever that it lasts. So that makes it a little bit easier for you to make it through a combat segment. It's like your last chance, basically.
Is it like a second win type thing? Like, do you have to kill someone to not die, or
no? It just slows down time so you can get your bearings in the battle, and then I don't think you have to kill anybody, although I usually do. So I don't know. That may be a requirement.
But it's basically like a second life type deal.
Yeah,
you have to die.
It'll bring you bring you back to life, per se, with, like, I think it's like 50% health.
And I'm guessing there's like a cooldown on it or something?
The cooldown is you dying again.
Oh. So you get one per...
Yes, one per 5, say, like one per go, I guess. And there are also extra lives, but one really annoying thing about the extra lives, and I think I touched on it last week, but they don't come back. So, like, say I load up a save and I have 6 extra lives, and then I get into a combat encounter where I lose 4 of them, and I'm just like fucking garbage right now. And because I really have to be in, like, the mode of Doom to
do well.
And I can't go into it cold. Like, I've got to warm up. Yeah. And so say I lose 4 of my extra lives, and I'm like, well, fuck. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose 4 of my extra lives. So I just reload the checkpoint. So I haven't made it any further. But when you reload the checkpoint, your extra lives are still gone. Like, when they're gone, they're gone. You can't reload them.
But can't you go back and get them again? I could have sworn that people were saying you could do that. Like, in the levels where they are before, you can go back and get more.
I mean, wherever I've found them in the levels, once I've collected them, I don't... maybe they do. Maybe they do come back if you reload it, or if you play through again.
Yeah, because you can go back to the levels and play them to
You can play them again, exactly.
Things.
I had assumed that once they're gone, but I did not replay a level to see if they regen once
Because
you
I could have
go
sworn in
through them.
something I was watching, they were talking about, like, you could go back to get more lives and ammo and whatnot.
Okay, that could be the case. I have not replayed any of the levels yet. I've just been running through the campaign so far. There are, like, a lot of things, like I said, that they have improved about this game and given you more reasons to play through the levels, and with all the event XP, and I assume they'll run different events and the challenges. So they have, like, you know, kill 6 demons with the super shotgun in this exact way. And they have, unfortunately, made some decisions in this game that I don't really like as a player. So, like, in the first game, the best weapon in the game is the double barrel shotgun, the super shotgun.
It's so sexy.
Fuck, you can
You'd
just
be wrecking,
run through
wrecking.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And between the super shotgun and glory killing, you can just go right into the scrum of a battle and just fucking wreck people. And that is my favorite thing. Like, that's what I did the entire game. My super shotgun was my most used weapon in Doom. And now, with this game, there is there's nothing that lets you fire it twice. So once you fire it, you have to reload.
Maybe you'll come across it?
I don't know, because when you look at your weapons in the menu, it shows you what the upgrade paths are. And the super shotgun does not have one that says let you fire it twice. And there's nothing in the runes or anything like that that increases the amount of shotgun ammo you can have at a time, or that drops from enemies. Like, it just drops what it drops. So they have nerfed the fuck out of that gun. So because you can only carry up to 20. I have 22 shots with my shotgun, my combat shotgun. That's not a lot of ammo.
No.
And I've upgraded the ammo tier twice, and there's only 5.
What?
Yeah. There's only 5 tiers.
And you're
you can
at
upgrade.
22?
Yeah.
Geez, I did it once, and I think in the first game I was at 30.
Right. So it only goes up by 2 each time. I think I started at 18 or 16.
What?
Yeah.
Sucks. They
So,
really
like,
don't want you to use it that much.
Fuck no, you can't. Like, you just don't have the ammo. And so since the super shotgun fires 2 bullets on every go,
What?
now you're talking 12 shots. Or 11 shots, I guess, 22. Now I have 11 shots with my
Is it
super
like a
shotgun.
one-hit kill type thing, or?
For some enemies, but not for like bigger enemies. That sucks. And since there's nothing that lets you utilize that ammo a little bit better, the only upgrade you can have is, so in the super shotgun in Doom Eternal, now instead of it just being a shotgun, now it has this hook that flies out. And basically it's like Scorpion's
Get over here!
Exactly. But instead of them coming to you, you go to them. So you can traverse the world very quickly with this thing, but it has limited range. So you can't just shoot it from 100 yards away or wherever the fuck you want to shoot it from. You have to be close enough to make that happen. And since
Got your Ocarina of Time hook shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's the hook shot. And so since it pulls them to you, if you are in the middle of a battle, it will pull you out, but you already have a dash, and it's already a double dash, so you have a double jump and a double dash, and you can have a perk that resets the dash almost instantaneously. So if you double jump, you could dash like 4 times before you have to land. So, like, I don't need another thing that helps get me around the world. I need a super shotgun that fucking works.
That actually kills.
That actually kills things, exactly. That has
You
enough
need a
ammo.
super shotgun, not,
Wow.
Yeah.
not the hook shot with some bullets.
So are you still using the shotgun then? Is it?
I've like taken to the combat shotgun a lot more in this game, and it's not just the shotgun that has limited ammo. All of the weapons have very limited ammo pools based, compared to Doom 2016. So I find myself running out of ammo fucking constantly. And a couple times I've even ran out of chainsaw ammo or chainsaw fuel. And that's the way you acquire more ammo, is by chainsawing enemies, because they drop a bunch of ammo when you chainsaw them. And like
Gears? Anybody?
Well, they don't drop ammo, but yes.
But then,
No,
like,
chainsaw
'cause I know
people.
there's like a little, you got like an arm blade.
Yep, the arm blade is by default what you do your glory kills with.
That's cool.
So that's not exactly a weapon. It just makes the glory kills look cooler.
But it's not even anything. It's just cool.
Yes. You can't like melee people with it or anything like that.
And then in the art, I've seen like a sword.
I don't know about the sword yet. I think the sword is because at the end of Doom 2016, when Samuel Hayden, do you want me to?
Well, yeah, I don't know the ending.
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh, I gotta leave. I don't know the ending if you want to talk about it. I don't know it.
Okay. Philip's gonna leave real quick. So at the end of Doom 2016, you acquire a weapon called the Crucible, and you don't know it's a weapon. It's just like this. It looks like the hilt. It looks like the hilt of a sword, basically. And you pick it up and you look at it, and you're like, "Oh, fucking cool! I don't know."
Then you become a shinobi.
Like your guy never talks, so you have no idea what this thing is. And so you take it to Samuel Hayden, which is the guy on Mars who has been directing you. And when he picks it up, he knows how to activate it, and a blade comes out of that. And it's basically like a lightsaber, like a Doom lightsaber that has all these runes on it. It's badass. So in the trailers, and I think it may even be on the cover, so it's not really a spoiler. Like, it may even be on the cover. The Doom guy, the Doom Slayer, is holding that. And I've just acquired that.
I've always
in the
wondered
game.
What that was. I did see that on the cover. I'm like, what in the hell is he holding?
So that's the thing that you acquire at the end of, like, that's the reason you played through the first game was to acquire that weapon. So, or, weapon. You didn't know it was a weapon. But, okay, I think we're done.
So it sounds like they made Internal a little bit more challenging than 2016.
For sure.
Because 2016, you just I ran through it. I don't know if that was like for everything. Yeah.
I mean, I played it on the second difficulty tier, and I had some difficulty with some of the enemies for sure, especially
here and there, but overall, I mean,
wasn't too bad.
No, it was a pretty quick game.
And I decided, since I had already played a bunch of 2016 and I had played it recently, that I would play this again on the second tier. And there are segments that I ran into that have been challenging for sure. Like, I did that when I ran into this combat segment where I was just like, okay, I got home from work, I'm going to play for a little bit, and I blew all my extra lives. Like, and that was it. Fucking just did it. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's
I just gotta keep playing.
Worth it though, you know? Yeah.
Maybe the reason it's harder is because they let you do it with cheats.
And that could be, but like right now, playing through the campaign the first time, I'm trying to run through just vanilla, and I just unlocked the cheat unlimited ammo. So like, I could just activate that fucking cheat and run through it. But like, I didn't want to.
Not your first time. I mean, come on.
Even with unlimited ammo, you still gotta kill. Stuff.
I still gotta shoot things. That's true.
It's not like you're invincible. They can still kill you.
So, one other thing, I have two other things that I'm going to bitch about here. So the nerfing of the super shotgun was one. And then, secondly, I was talking about it last week, like everything's plays super fast, and they have unlocked the ability for you to just fly around the world. Like, you can jump off monkey bars, you have a double jump, you have a double dash, like, you can fucking move.
That sounds like Devil May Cry, man.
Yeah.
That's like
first
some
person
Devil May Cry
though.
stuff. Yeah.
Right?
Well, a little bit there.
I have not played Devil May Cry, so I don't know if it has
none of them.
Zero.
You seem like you would be a Dante fan.
Thank you for noticing. Thank you for picking up on that. It's about some time somebody does. Yeah.
So yeah, it may look like Devil May Cry. I'm not sure. Yeah. But you have so many choices of how you want to navigate a world. And there's really annoying segments in this game where they take that capacity away from you.
Oh.
And like and it's not in a good way. Like, it doesn't feel good. So there's a few segments in the game where you run into this purple goo. It's just like pools on the ground. And when you step in it, you can't jump out of it. You can't double jump out of it, and you only walk. You can't run. So you just
like
fucking
slow sludge.
We'll just fucking walk through. Okay, just fucking.
Does it make gross? Things. Does it make gross noises
as
you bust
gross
through
noises.
Geriatric mode.
But the only way you can get out of it is by going to a portion of the map that doesn't have that. And it's a pretty big pool every once in a while where you have to walk through a large segment of that.
I'd be pissed.
Like, I would not enjoy
it's
that. It's an on-rail shooter at that point. Like, enemies are coming at you and they can move at full speed, but you just have to fucking shoot them.
They're running. That's the key. You gotta run.
But you can't move.
You gotta run so fast that you just go across the top of it. Yeah, like people who do that with water. You know, they run, like,
time I get some Reebok sneakers.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So just do that. Just putz around it. Like super fast. You're good.
It's just,
you won't sink.
And there are segments that, like, later after you run into that the first time, where you can try to clear those gaps by jumping through them, double jumping and dashing, and that works okay. But I've definitely ran into segments where I had to walk through that purple goo,
dude,
and like there was no other where for me to be. Like I couldn't traverse that area without walking through it. That's completely fucked. Like, there was this one segment where I'm stuck in purple goo. On either side of me is an electric fence, basically, and they send two of the bigger enemies jumping at me, and like that sucks. That's not fun at all. Like, I did not like, and I had to blow a bunch of ammo that I didn't want to in that segment because I couldn't move. And I'm in a fucking corridor. So I can't even, like, that's it. Like, I just have to walk forward and shoot at the enemy.
I would not like that.
So the purple goo is not fun. That's not a good mechanic.
We're going to make you remember the original Doom.
I guess. So that mechanic is not good. And then when I was reading through reviews of this game before I ended up buying my digital copy, a couple people on Amazon and in the Xbox reviews had mentioned the Marauders being pretty OP. So a Marauder is one of the stronger enemies, probably, hopefully it's the strongest enemy I come to in the game. But so basically in the fiction, the Marauder is a Doomslayer who is now fighting for hell instead of fighting against hell. So it has.
So it's like, you Jesus, he's Satan.
Yes, he's Satan.
Actually, he would be Judas.
What?
I'm not up on my Bible stuff. I don't know. But so these things have a double barrel shotgun, and and they can also dash around the world, or rather teleport around the world. You. And they have a ranged attack that is basically they like throw a red death bomb at you. I don't know what it is. It's like they just throw it. I don't know where it comes from. And so
they're throwing their monkey poop.
So the tutorial for that enemy says you need to keep it at mid-range. And it gives you an example of what mid-range is. So mid-range is like 10 to 15 feet away, let's say. And if you stay 10 to 15 feet away, he will try to jump at you instead of using his ranged attack or his close range attack. So instead of using his shotgun at close range or shooting his red lightsaber thing at you, his evil bombs, then he will like try to jump at you. And in that instance is the only time he takes damage. So you have to keep him within 10 to 15 feet away from you.
So he jumps, and that's the only time you can hurt him.
He takes damage. So he'll like, his eye visor will flash, and that flash is your signal to shoot. But because your weapons have so limited ammo, they recommend you use a super shotgun for this encounter. But you only get 11 shots. And if you land them all, he still isn't dead. So in the arena that you're in, you don't get a full arena while you're battling him. You have an enclosed space to battle him. So you can't jump. You can double jump, but it doesn't do you any good because you can't go anywhere. And that arena is also not laid out for you to like move efficiently. So there are like pebble-sized spots in the map that I kept getting stuck on. And I have no idea what I was getting stuck on because I'm trying to keep him in view of me at all times. So I got my Pro controller, or my Elite controller. I bought a version 2, and I mapped dash to the back button, so that way I can use both of my thumbsticks and keep him in view while I'm dashing around.
Oh.
So like, that's what I was doing. And as I was dashing, I was getting stuck on things in the map. And like, then he would just fucking jump at me and kill me. And you can probably only be hit by him probably like 5 times before you're done. And there are enemies that occur in that encounter that are just fodder enemies. So little imps and, I don't remember what the other ones are. The zombies, basically. And so when
Possessed,
you run out of...
I think, is it Possessed?
Yes, I think it's the Possessed. So when you run out of ammo, then you have to chainsaw them to get more ammo to shoot him with the super shotgun. And on top of all that, he also has a demon dog he sends at you.
Oh, gosh.
Just randomly. If you do enough damage, he'll send it out, it seems like. So once you land 2 or 3 shots, he'll send out a demon dog. And that thing is impossible to avoid because it teleports. So it can just teleport to where you're at, and it can teleport behind you. So I'm looking at the thing. The demon dog teleports behind me and attacks me from behind. And I'm like, and now I'm stuck in between. I can't go forward because he's in front of me. I can't dash side to side because I have a wall and another impediment. And I can't go back because the demon dog's attacking me. So there were several times where I just died. So it's like, is
this like a boss fight?
It is supposed to be a boss fight, yeah. So I'm like, well, you're just fucking me from every corner at that point. Like, how do I beat this? Like, I tried for probably a good hour and a half.
We are in some Dark Souls territory.
To beat this
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. And like, I have no idea how it's supposed to be done. I'm sure there are other people more talented than me that can make it happen. But like,
you know what's crazy?
So you didn't do it though?
I just bumped it down a difficulty.
Easy mode.
Easy mode.
That's okay. Well, that's what I did with Jedi, so it's fine.
And then, obviously, once I beat it, it did not take me long to beat it from there. It probably took me like 15 minutes.
On easy.
Because he takes so much more damage when you're on the easy mode. And like, I moved it immediately back to the difficulty that I wanted to play on.
But it wasn't the same.
That's the right move, Ryan. See, you did the right thing.
No.
Changing difficulty.
But like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to beat it. Like, I understand the way I'm supposed to progress through this map, but because it's such a contained area and I can't traverse it and I get stuck on things, like I just got so frustrated that I was like, I legit don't want to play this
If
game
I have
anymore.
to bump it down to easy mode, I'm going to leave it there because I don't, that higher up game mode, I don't deserve to say, I beat it on that mode now.
Well, now I won't.
Like, I
can't.
you have to replay it again.
I want to, like,
it's got replay value.
You know what's crazy though? There's going to be people that are going to have it on the highest difficulty. They're going to get through that fight without even getting hurt.
Yeah, for sure. There are definitely people that are going to be more talented at the game than me. I just don't understand, like, how...
That's
I was
normal difficulty.
I was and I was definitely getting stuck on things in the world. Like, I'm dashing around and my dash just stops because of unknown thing that I'm getting stuck on.
There's some purple mist.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. And there's another enemy type that they throw at you in the encounters that also teleports. And like, that thing's fucking annoying too. I think the teleporting is bullshit. Just in general. Like, the dog shouldn't be able to teleport and the enemies shouldn't be able to teleport. I've been able to overcome those in the segments where I can traverse the map. So as soon as it teleports to me, I can just move. Like, I can move away. And I can get away pretty quickly just by dashing or jumping or whatever. But... this thing, that Marauder, that's fucked. That's fucking, I think it's horseshit. I don't think it's good enemy design. I don't think it's good level design. Like,
I mean, that is a previous Doomslayer, so, you know, that's gotta be hard.
It was hard. And I'm okay with hard battles. Like, I was able to overcome most of the battles in the first game with it on the difficulty that I played. But this game, that's maybe a little unfair, I think, for players. But
I'll have to see what happens when I get to it.
Yeah.
I believe after 2016, I'll probably be playing Eternal as well.
And I'm still invested in the story. Like, I'm still invested in what's going on in the world of Doom. A lot of the codex entries, they've done a little bit more voiceover work where, like, the characters in the game are studying the Doomslayer. And like, I put this on Twitter, but they're like trying to decide whether or not, like, is he a man? Is he a god? Like, where did he come from? Does he have human DNA? Like, all this getting really specific in the Slayer himself. And like, that's the stuff that I want to learn about and know about this world, because I'm engaged with what's happening in the world. But some of the fights, fuck off. Can't do it.
Ryan.
I'm a bitch. Sorry, guys. Yes.
Yeah, you were.
Is my copy here yet?
No. I actually meant to check on that today to see whether or not my physical copy was going to make it here or not. And it's coming from Australia. It did ship last week.
Oh, so it is.
Okay.
How much did you have to pay them, Ryan?
Go ahead.
No,
Tell him.
No, say it.
I'm pretty sure I already said it. I had to pay him $70 in shipping.
Oh my god!
Wow.
So
Worth it.
I had to pay,
Worth it.
so it was $230 for the bonus
300.
edition. So 300 total for the bonus edition.
Are we talking Australian currency or
Well, it
U.S.
was
currency?
$230 in U.S. currency. It was like 300 something.
US
Yeah.
dollars. Wow.
Man, you just bought a Switch to get a helmet.
Yeah, it comes with the Doom
Probably
helmets.
worth it though.
That's actually kind of cool.
I mean, that helmet.
I'm
you might want to
I'm
disinfect
impressed.
it.
yeah.
Got the Rona. Tom Hanks was in
So-
Australia during that time.
And had I planned, like, I should have planned earlier. I should have just pre-ordered it like way before. But I wasn't like, I like Doom, but it was
Because you
playing
had
through it
recently
again.
played 2016.
Yeah,
and that
it was
gave
playing
you...
through Doom 2016 again, where because I knew the next one was coming out, where I was like, oh, actually, I really fucking like Doom.
Yeah.
Like, I really fucking like Doom.
Like,
God damn it.
I was feeling the same way, where I was like, I don't really care that there's a sequel. Oh, there's a sequel? What? Why?
Yeah.
And then I'm playing it again, and I'm like, this is really fun,
actually really
and
fun,
I
yeah.
kind of want to play Eternal now. But you now sit when you pee.
Thank you.
That's what we're gonna call easy mode.
Yeah.
You sit when you pee.
I've always been
I
a
don't
stall
play easy
man,
mode.
to quote George Costanza. I've always been a stall man. I don't play easy mode.
I don't. Why do I sit when I pee? I don't play easy mode.
Because you're a bitch boy.
No, I'm not. This isn't fair.
No. Tell Mom.
I thought you said you were afraid of the splashback, so you got to sit down.
That was last week. This is different.
Yeah.
I'm on
new
my home
man.
toilet now.
New man. I also pre-ordered Cyberpunk. I found a collector's
Keanu
edition left
Reeves.
online of Cyberpunk.
I'm
Like
excited.
went ahead and
regular
pre-ordered
collectors, or like did you go on eBay or
Adorama Camera still had some, so I pre-ordered it from Adorama
What?
Camera.
what the fuck
That's
is
what
that?
I said.
Just website. Sometimes they sell their stuff on eBay. I bought my TV from Adorama Camera. This TV we're talking, and so I just happened to be like, I wonder if they have video games. Fuck, they've got some left. So listeners, if you want to get your collector's edition of Cyberpunk,
Not a sponsor.
I'm pretty much just excited for that because of Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
I love
same.
him.
same.
I absolutely love everything about that aesthetic. I could not like it more.
I don't know if I
Like-
should get it on PC or my Xbox though, because
Yeah?
like I've noticed though that story-based games are more fun to play on your TV. Like if there's like cinematic things to watch.
It's a big.
Like if I'm playing on my PC, I'm like it's such a small screen. I just like I don't know.
I mean,
multiplayer games are really fun to play on PC. I prefer that, but
Yeah.
like story-based games, I might have
well,
to pull up the
it
console.
doesn't have their multiplayer yet, and also like it's CD Projekt Red. Their thing is story.
Well, I don't-
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what I'm saying.
huge.
I don't care about the. That's what I'm saying is that's why I should probably get it on my Xbox.
Yeah.
But should
And
I get
I'm
it on
like,
the
well, if
next
you get-
box?
No, it won't matter. So if you buy it on this generation, you'll
It'll
just get it on the
upgrade, yeah.
next one.
But I haven't even
They already came
hooked
out
up my
and said that.
Xbox since I moved into the new place. Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
one reason is I don't have anywhere to put it on because my TV's on my dresser.
Okay.
And I don't have like a good place to put it because like.
Do you want me
I
to
have to
like
put
weld
some-
you up a TV stand
You
or something? I can do that.
Would
Dude,
you really?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be dope.
Can set that on there. So Sharon, you seem to know some stuff about Doom. Are you a Doom fan?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
You sound ashamed.
That's the theme song. I don't know if
Dude,
that's
that's-
caught on yet.
I will literally keep like, you know how it plays in the first level of the original game. Then after the first level, that song doesn't play again. So then I'll literally just turn on Spotify, have that song on a loop, turn down the music in the game, and I'm good. It just keeps playing over and over again. It's awesome.
It's such a good addicting
It is.
theme.
It's addicting.
You can find in Doom Eternal, you can find vinyl scattered on the levels, and then you can play them on your ship. And when you're on your ship, you just walk up to the poster and you're like, okay, play this. And so I have done that a couple times, and I've been getting like amped up on my ship.
Yeah.
Like, there's no enemies. There'll never be anybody attacking me on my ship. But because I hit play on that music, I'm like, fuck. Do I need to shoot something? Like,
I'm ready.
so I had to shut it off. Like, legitimately, I walked over to the poster. I'm like, stop playing that. Fuck, I can't. I need to cool down. This is my cool down.
Dude,
This is me time. Yeah.
I should play Doom music while I do VR. Dude, I honestly think I would get so amped up.
Right?
I mean, because when you were confused at us doing the theme, I'm like, I know it's in 2016. And then like I listened to it and the opening is just like this. And then there's a little bass line where it's like,
Okay, yeah.
But then like it really builds up and it's there. If you know the theme, which I do.
I mean, I was
you
never
hear
a
it all
Doom
the
fan
time
until 2016.
and the music
so.
is just the and you're like, my blood is pumping. I'm ready to kill things. That music, I think, has amped me up more than any other game music because it is just. They did some science shit on that music.
It'll get you going for sure. Have you been playing Doom Eternal then, Sharon?
I have not actually started that. I'm gonna have to get on that though. I really am. I'm really big into killing, man. I like wave killing.
What are you currently playing right now?
Don't laugh. Right now, I'm trophy hunting on Tomb Raider.
Okay.
The anniversary edition. I just like because like come on, man, like achievement hunting, like
That's a good one. Tomb Raider's good.
It's a thing. There's just so much to do.
Which one is it? The first reboot or the second or third? Because there's the reboot and then the two sequels.
20th anniversary edition.
So that's
is that the sequel?
Rise, right?
I think that's the sequel.
Yeah.
Rise of the Tomb Raider? Yeah.
So, I've liked Tomb Raider. I'm not going to give you shit about that. And there's a handful of games
I should be doing a story, but I'm like,
fuck it.
I have so many little things I have to find. So
you have not played the whole story yet? You're specific?
No, I'm like 67%.
Okay, so you're achievement hunting on your first time through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been like a year.
Yeah, that's a long game for sure.
It's a long.
And there's so many collectibles and shit to find.
Isn't there also multiplayer trophies? Achievements, whatever you get.
I haven't gotten a multiplayer.
So there's a handful of games that I have really liked that I've wanted to get the achievements on, but usually like it's after I've beat it or I'm replaying it to get the achievements. What made you start Rise of the Tomb Raider and be like, okay, fucking trophies?
Uncharted.
Okay.
I did. What was it? The last one was Lost Legacy. And with that one, I just kind of went through and found everything. It was a short game. I mean, come on. It's like it was a really short game. So it was really easy to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm a badass. I'm going to carry this through. It was a bad idea. I should have just played the game and then gone back through. But then a lot of times, like, why go back through? I already beat the game. Like, I know. Yeah. I did it with like a South Park Stick of Truth. That was another. That was one where I went through the first time I played it. And I got every single achievement as I was playing the game.
Wow.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Dedication.
That is a hard one too.
Dedication.
Because there's some achievements that are tied to certain enemy encounters too, I think, if I remember right. Like, damn. I think so,
Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
It
the most
really intense.
Sorry.
No.
The most recent one that I got all the trophies for was Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
That was a fun one to go through.
Yeah, I don't want to try to get all the achievements in that game. I bumped that game to easy mode.
Are you kidding? It's not even as hard as Dark Souls.
That's what I know.
As hard as the Souls.
But
it doesn't.
Let's not get into this.
Nope. We spend many hours arguing about that for Game of the Year. We don't need to
I had such a good time
That
with
is not a Game of the Year.
Destroyed everyone.
It did not make the list.
It made the list, but it didn't make the top 5.
Didn't make top 5.
I'd put it up
So it
high.
didn't make the list, is all I heard.
No, that's kind of,
Well, there was a list. It was on the list,
I
and
heard.
then we took it off.
No, thank you.
I would have
thank
objected to that. It
You
was
guys are cooler.
good.
So next year, Philip, or later this year, I guess, when we do Game of the Year, you can object wholeheartedly to whatever we choose.
Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that. I mean,
EA's
the
going to
sequel
pump
could
out
be
those
better.
sequels.
It's not EA. They're just publishing it. They're not the ones developing it. That's why
Bullshit.
it's better.
They have the light. They own Respawn. It's EA.
Yeah, but it's Respawn's team, not just whatever bumfuck EA's trying to do. Like with Battlefront.
Hey, Battlefront 2 Battlefront 2 has had a lot of good updates recently. I played it, and it actually was fun.
Battlefront, man.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have Battlefront?
Huh?
Do you have Battlefront?
I do. I have the Battlefront Edition PlayStation.
Have you played it recently?
That's what I got too. The Pro.
Yeah. No, I'm 4.
Yeah, the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
That's what I got for the Star Wars.
No,
one.
I mean, I'm like, he's talking about the
PS4 players. PS4.
No, I haven't played Battlefront recently.
Colin. Shut up, Colin.
PS4 players.
Yeah, that's what I have, and then I sold the game immediately because I'm like, I'll sell it right now since I could sell it back for like $50.
Yeah, I wonder where my game. I wonder if I still have it. I may have.
You can sell it for like $5 now.
Well,
if even.
No, that game was a disappointment. I was excited. I pre-ordered it. And,
Damn, never pre-order games. If there's anything we've learned on this podcast, it's never pre-order games.
Yep.
From EA.
I did talk about how I accidentally pre-ordered Fallen Order.
Call of Duties, and like I mean, I wasn't disappointed until Black Ops 3 happened.
Yeah,
I have yet to be disappointed from any of my pre-orders because I always go with the ones that I know are going to be good. So I
there's no way. I pre-ordered Mass Effect Andromeda. Fuck off with that game. Okay,
I didn't pre-order that because I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Ouch. Yeah, but Mass Effect was a great game.
Yes.
Yeah, but you see stuff with Andromeda, and I'm like, no. Just what I heard about it, I'm like, this is not going to be good. And it came out, and it was a potato disguised as Mass Effect.
You're a potato. We're going to take a break here, listeners. We will be right back with some more shit.
Did you know that a man once jumped into a bulletproof window so much that he busted it out of the frame and fell to his death? I do. Hey, I'm Nicholas Howe, and I made an improvised comedy storytelling podcast about this death and many others. Using a multiverse of me's as the catalyst, I explore the various ways people have died. I also have special guests on and freak them out about how dangerous the world is. Did you know lakes can explode? You do now. Listen to the How Will I Die podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, and follow us on Twitter at HWIDIEPOD.
All right, and we're back from break, everybody. We are going to get to a little segment that we like to call the news.
News. Yay, the news. I love the news.
Breaking news with
Hey, don't forget
Idiot
news.
Savants.
All right, that's probably over. All right. First bit of news, this comes to us from Kotaku. We actually have a bunch of Valve news this week. We missed some of it last week.
Missed it?
Well,
That freaking conversation.
that was a good conversation.
Surreal.
Check out last week's conversation about Gabe Newell, but we have actual Valve news not concerning Gabe Newell this week. So
I don't know if I want to listen then.
this is why Valve gave up on multiple Half-Life 3s. So we had heard that Half-Life 3 was in development for a very, very long time, and they never even made Half-Life 2 Episode 3 like they said they were going to do, because they hate that number. So we got a quote here from one of the people that worked on the dev team. So this is straight from the Kotaku article. There were multiple things that people worked on that at the time thought of themselves as the next piece of Half-Life. He said over a Skype call. One of the problems that they all ran into is that at the core, Half-Life has always been an IP where I think we were interested in solving some interesting collision of technology and art that had reared itself.
What does that even mean?
So basically what he's saying here is with Half-Life 3, they didn't have, like, they couldn't make a Half-Life 3 where they were trying to solve, like, trying to create new tech for it, essentially.
Okay.
So in Half-Life 1, they basically invented physics in games.
Yeah.
And then in Half-Life 2, they expanded upon it and blew it out. Now you have a gravity gun, like, you can do all this crazy shit. And in Half-Life 3, when they went to make Half-Life 3, what problem do you solve with Half-Life 3? Like, where do you go with that? You don't... So
updated graphics.
Exactly. You make the graphics better, you make the physics better. Like, what do you do to reinvent Half-Life with Half-Life 3?
There's nothing that's not already been done somewhere.
By other people. Because it's been a long, long time since any Half-Life games came out. I think 13 years or something like that. So that's what he basically explains here. In Half-Life 1, they attempted to tell an interesting story with a shooter. And in Half-Life 2, they progressed the characters and physics-based elements And in the episodes, they didn't really have a huge amount of direction in terms of reinventing things for Half-Life. And they could never come up with a unifying idea that possessed the same sense of wonderment or opening or expansion that had come to characterize Half-Life internally.
I get that.
And I would say externally as well, because that is a kind of a lauded game that a lot of people really enjoy. So he says, there was never a document that said, here's what Half-Life 3, or here's what Episode 3 is going to be like. And there was never a document from Mark about, I don't know who Mark is.
Mark, dude. Marky Mark
from
from the
Mark,
Funky
yeah,
Bunch.
yeah. Here's the overall exact thing that needs to happen. So it sounds like it was just muddled in directionlessness.
It's like they wanted to make one, but they're like, we don't know how we're going to do it.
Right.
And they never got to that point.
And, yeah, they never
came
figured
with a
it
plan.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're planning on making a Half-Life 3 game. We're planning on it, but we don't know where to begin to plan.
Yeah.
Got it.
So instead, they went to stuff like Portal, and I think Left 4 Dead came out after Half-Life.
So good games.
Yeah, those were all good. Like Portal, super inventive.
Yeah, Portal for sure. Like, I love Portal. It's a classic game. Like,
It's so good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that song is so good.
I beat that in one night, and man, that was an adventure.
I beat it in one night and then started again. So it's like, that was fucking awesome. I have another 3 hours.
I want to play Portal now.
Yeah,
I'm going to go play Portal now. I'll see you guys later.
So, yeah, he talks about here, goes into a little bit in depth about like the fans trying to solve Valve's problem where they're like, here's what you should do with Half-Life. And that stuff never really worked out. It maybe doesn't mention in this article, but there was a fan-made remake of the original Half-Life that came out on Steam recently. And I think I touched on that in an episode. I have not played through that yet, but I'm really looking forward to doing that.
Should I do that instead of just playing the first game?
Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do, because I never beat the first game, and I didn't have a PC that was good enough to run it at the time. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going back to the original
because
PC
it's just
game.
like,
I'll play the fan expansion, basically.
I can play that at like 600 frames per second.
All I just remember...
Obviously you can't, but like, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
All I remember from when I played the old one, which I had such a hard time with it because it was a long time ago, just going up to the doors and you just hear, access denied. Access denied. I do wonder if it's ever...
denied.
Exactly. I wonder if it's ever going to come out that Gabe Newell was the one writing all that fan fiction. And they're like, Gabe, we can't make this into an actual thing. And he's like, fine, I'm just going to post it.
And he's like, access
See where it goes.
That's his fan fiction.
See where it goes. So, yeah, I mean, what they did with Half-Life Alyx that recently came out that I also want to play really soon. So Half-Life Alyx is a prequel to the original Half-Life. And what they set out to do with Alyx...
I thought it was between 1 and 2. It was 1.5.
Was it? Okay, maybe it's a prequel to 2.
Yeah, prequel to 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Takes place in between the two games.
Okay, so, but what they did with Half-Life Alyx, obviously, was make Half-Life into VR.
Yeah,
in a
and
way
it's cool.
that, like, is fucking crazy.
Like, I watched some gameplay of it, and it's insane. Like, just obviously the physics, obviously Half-Life is known for the physics, but the graphics of that game are insane, too. Like, I just want to play it just to, like, have it feel that real. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing some Half-Life Alyx. I probably won't be able to check it out until I beat Doom, but I don't know. After that,
makes you want to get an index because I want to experience it on
right,
on
right,
Valve
and
Index,
it's full-fledged like
glory.
Yeah, glory.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman.
The G-Man's so good. Can we get that as a soundbite?
Yeah, that's why I was
doing?
doing that. Rise and shine.
Why does he talk like that? Who is the G-Man? There are so many questions.
I mean, it's a weird talking thing, but it's also beautiful because it's so creepy.
It is. Yeah, it's perfect in so many ways. All right.
Iconic.
You could say it's iconic.
I mean, I've seen that parodied in many things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So it's definitely iconic.
So moving on to our next bit of news here. This is some more Valve Half-Life news. This comes to us from Polygon. Don't expect another 13 years between Half-Life games, Valve says.
Oh, sure. I think they're just going to do another VR game.
So, yeah, like Alyx 2, Half-Life Alyx 2.
You know what this means? We don't have to wait 13 years.
Like
it
a
could be
Half-Life
14.
1.8.
What if we
What if they
get,
make us wait 16 years?
It's going to be 20.
what if we get, like, what if that's the problem they decide to solve with Half-Life 3 is VR? Like, what if Half-Life 3 is only in VR?
I'll get that though, because like you could literally get to feel the physics happening. Like one I can't think of any like instance in Alex. I haven't seen that much gameplay, but like Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, for example, like when you're stabbing your screwdriver through a zombie's head, you actually have to like apply pressure, like real life, like how hard you hit, like swing your arm, and you realize how deep the screwdriver goes in the head. It's the same thing like with blade and sorcery. Like if I just wail my sword, it's not going to chop somebody's head off, but if I really swing, then it chops somebody's head off.
Right.
So
And then somebody walks in your room and says, "Hey, Colin."
yeah, just get whacked in the face.
Smash him.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I punched somebody and broke my controller.
No, you
You
break a skull.
You know how hard you'd break a skull before you broke the controller.
For sure.
Those controllers are indestructible. Like,
You know
be
what?
surprised.
Is it? Skulls.
Warn your roommates. Guys, I'm playing and just flailing around, smacking people.
All right, so they got a quote here from Robin Walker, one of the game's designers that worked for Valve. And we won't read it directly because it's a super wordy answer, but basically saying the same thing that we kind of just said with the last one was, what is the problem that Half-Life 3 can solve? Like, what do we want to do with Half-Life 3? I don't know that this is saying anything else than what we already talked about.
It's just talking about like
It's just
VR.
Alex. And that was the thing. Once they did Alex, everybody's like, holy shit,
This is it. So basically Valve just wanted to get into the VR world, and they're like, this is how we're going to solve our problem. Not necessarily be like a third like the third part of the story, but like just us being able to implement what we actually had in the other games to a VR game and have it be really interesting and really cool.
For sure. So yeah, I guess there's nothing directly here that we haven't said, but he just says here at the end of the article, I don't think there's going to be another 13 years until the next one. And if it is, I probably won't be working on it. I'm too old for that.
Oh, he says probably. That's not even a guarantee.
Too old for this shit.
By the
I'm getting too old for this shit.
The time frame that's going to pass between the next game, that time frame's going to be able to drink. 21 years.
But they did say that they had no concrete decisions.
Exactly. 21 years. Half-Life 3.
It's so up in the air. So
That'd be crazy.
From this day, 21 years.
Let's take bets. Are we going to get a Half-Life 3? Does Half-Life 3 ever get made?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
no. It's fun to talk about.
Because I remember when
Gabe already wrote
I remember
all the
when we
fan fiction.
announced this game and the way you had it set up in the news is like they say they're not making Half-Life 3, and then they're like, Valve announces a new Half-Life game. We're like, what? We're like, what is happening? And like, oh, it's VR. And we thought it was so dumb, but this game actually looks really cool, and I'm really excited to play it.
Done some very, very interesting things.
Why
with
haven't you
Half-Life
played
Alyx.
it yet?
I haven't bought it yet.
Isn't it out?
It is out.
Why haven't you played it,
There's so
Colin?
much shit to play.
There
and you got
is.
hit by a car. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
dude. You know how hard it was? You know how hard it was to play VR over the weekend, dude? I told my team, I was like, hey, if you guys really need me, I'll play it, but I'm gonna be like on painkillers. Like I
got a bruise from a seatbelt, and now I can't put my helmet on to move my
That's
arms.
not what it is, okay?
Put my
He like
helmet
walked
on.
away from a tragic accident with no
Yeah,
scratch.
you dick.
With no scratches. Man, he's such a little bitch. Like, what the hell?
You're a dick, Phil.
Step
It's
it up
only
next time,
funny
Colin.
because I've gone through the exact same thing. In fact, my hands have scars.
But
from
weren't
the
you
glass.
covered in blood? Weren't
Yeah, my
you
hands and my head.
Yeah, you're a little bitch boy. You got hurt. He didn't.
Shut up! You pee when you sit down. You're the bitch boy, and you know it.
Okay.
You're not even here. That's how much of a bitch you are. You're not even here. Your seat is empty.
All right. This is our last bit of Valve news, I'm pretty sure. This comes to us from GameSpot. And Valve is absolutely not working on Left 4 Dead anymore. Sorry. So any of you that thought they were going to, since a new Half-Life title came out, if you thought you were going to get a Left 4 Dead title, you're not. So.
Nope. No.
VR Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, VR Left 4 Dead.
There's already two zombie games on VR.
There's already at
there's
least
more.
Arizona Sunshine,
and Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners.
It's going to be Left VR Dead.
Left VR Dead.
And now it's next week.
Announce next week. Yeah, right after they say they're not working on it, we'll get it.
Gabe will come out and be like, guys, we got it again.
So, yeah, I don't like Left 4 Dead. So
I never played it.
Completely okay with this news.
I never played it, but I thought it'd be interesting to play. Just never got
It's
around.
okay. It's not
fun with other
It's
people.
fun.
Terrible.
It's like one of
I used to be
those-
really into zombie games too. But that was just one I never really got around playing.
It's like one of those games where it's more fun because you're playing with friends. Like sometimes there's not bad games, but games that aren't that great.
Right.
But they are so much better when you play with someone.
Oh,
like
true.
Left 4 Dead.
Like Dying Light.
Yes,
Dying
Dying Light or
was
Dead
fun.
Island.
Yeah,
which
okay. Yeah.
still want to do that in co-op because that game's not great, but with co-op, Lord of the Rings War in the
Dead
North is a
Island
good
co-op
one.
is
fun.
Not a great game,
There
but
you go.
co-op.
Yeah.
Co-op super fun, especially if you make your people really ugly.
Just fun.
Because you can slightly change them, but just enough to where that person looks like an Oblivion character. And you just run around and you're killing orcs and you're just laughing so hard because you got a dwarf with pink hair, scars, and like this weird beard, and then an elf who's like cross-eyed and whatnot. He's great.
All right. Next bit of news. It's actually more Valve news. What the fuck am I even doing? Sorry about that.
You're lying.
Steam sets new record amid worldwide lockdown. So for concurrent users, Steam set a new record. I believe it's 22 million.
Good for Steam. Now's a good time to be working for Valve there, buddy. Making some bank.
I saw people
Counter-Strike.
talking about
Counter-Strike was 1.1 million on Sunday, March 22nd.
Wow.
So just Counter-Strike had over 1 million players playing at once.
I mean, everything that
people
just
are
dropped
people are
at the
buying
perfect
stock.
time.
Yes, 22 million players logged on to Steam.
2013's Tomb Raider reboot, which is free on Steam right now.
Yep.
Wow, I might have to download that.
I think it's still free. I did actually buy it on Steam because I was like, I already own this, but
it's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, it's a good game.
That one
It
a
is
lot.
Tomb Raider's a good
fun,
game.
yeah.
I keep telling my sister
I'm
to
still
play
not
it.
happy that I don't think yet in any 3 of the games she's gotten 2 guns. It's always just one.
It's always just
I don't remember.
one, yeah.
Just like in the old one, she had the 2, and they're like, it's not realistic. I'm like, yeah, thanks for all the island magic shit.
Okay, but
That's
if I'm
totally
carrying
realistic.
around more than one gun in real, like, why
Yeah.
can't I use 2 guns? Like, it is realistic.
For the listeners here, because of our dev interview that we had, GTFO is actually on sale right now.
Oh, yeah.
20% off.
I
So
forgot about that. Yeah,
hop
thanks,
on
Colin.
Steam. Yeah, because I got a notification Steam this morning. It was like, an item in your wish list is
Yeah,
on
me
sale. I was
too,
like,
me
yo,
too.
bet.
Yep.
We should probably actually buy the game since
Yeah.
we already got to play it
We did
early,
that.
but
yeah.
we should probably
So-
get
I
it.
didn't.
I think, I think I'll probably buy GTFO and check in with that. They've been doing some work to it too. I've been checking out Simon's Twitter
Vickland,
posts,
yeah.
and he's been putting out updates to what they've been doing to the game, and they've got a couple new instances. So yeah, GTFO is good.
Nice.
Glad they keep working on it for sure.
I mean, freaking Doom and Animal Crossing making a killing right now.
Right.
That's just a random thing. Doom and Animal Crossing.
Well, they came out on the same day right before
Yeah.
everything went world stopped moving.
yeah.
Corona. Stay home, play your games.
All right. We're going to move on from that. That was just a kind of quick hitter. Moving off from that a little bit, though, I don't think I put this in the show notes here, but Microsoft they came out and said that they also set a record for the number of people concurrently using Game Pass.
Wow.
So he said, I think it was Phil Spencer came out and said that Game Pass usage is up like a huge amount. And I know my buddy, he works over at GM and he got not laid off, but he's working from home. So I told him, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Working? Yeah. You can play Game Pass while you're working from home. He didn't think that was funny, but, but yeah, I told him to get Game Pass while he was off of work, at least for the time being. Just so he can, do stuff like Gears 5 and Halo and stuff like that.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves,
Dude, Sea of Thieves
check in
is
with that.
great.
So, yeah, for anybody who's out of work right now, I'm sorry. But you can watch Philip stream.
And you can
When
listen
I
to our
do.
podcast. Go
And
back,
listen to the
listen to some
podcast.
old episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
we
Crazy
actually-
stuff.
We
Check
actually
out
had
the old video podcasts on YouTube. There's a couple of those. We don't have a lot, but they're there.
We had a bunch of new downloads for Crazy Train of Thought or Crazy Train of Conspiracy Volume 2.
Yeah.
So that seems to be one that people like to listen to. And I re-listened to it recently.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, listen to both of them.
Yeah.
Both conspiracy theory ones. They're really fun
good
to listen to.
We're going to do another one of those here pretty soon.
I wasn't on those podcasts this year.
Yeah.
I wasn't on those episodes.
I want to be
Those-
part of that.
Some of my favorites.
That sounds fun.
Those
well.
require a little bit more prep work than our regular episodes. So that's something that we've got to work up towards for sure.
Like a month in advance.
No prep work, just going blind.
That's every week, Philip.
Well, yeah.
All right, next bit of news. This one is actually for you, Philip. Final Fantasy VII fan, right?
No.
Oh,
Never mind.
okay.
I mean, I'm not against it, but I'm not like, oh my.
I thought you and I talked about it. when you
Yeah,
were
I
first
was
on.
impressed with the demo, but I even said, I'm not a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII. I like the original
I didn't hear
style.
the not in there. Yeah.
Like, I'm not against it, and I'm intrigued, and again, I'll probably borrow it from my friend when
Well,
he beats
you
it.
are in luck because the news this week, this comes to us from GameSpot. Final Fantasy VII Remake is a very faithful recreation of the original game. So Square Enix came out and said they just want to let everybody know that they're working really hard on it and that it is going to be a faithful remake. He says, in terms of how faithful the remake it is to the original Final Fantasy VII. From the perspective of the storyline, it is very faithful indeed. The major story structure is kept very close, so you will do the Mako reactor bombing mission and then return to Sector 7 slums. So whatever.
Well, at least
I
Final
assume-
Fantasy VII, this 1/3 of the game will be accurate. And I mean,
When they fucking finish
it's
it.
also great you say, oh, it's going to be faithful. Sweet. I never played more than like 30 minutes of the original, so
Right.
that also doesn't matter to me.
He says, of course, all of the memorable elements and key moments from the original have been faithfully reproduced, and you can enjoy experiencing those again. So, yeah, I guess it'll just look prettier this time around. So
The graphics are good. It does look really good.
This comes from the first episode of the Inside Final Fantasy Remake docuseries that Square Enix and I think GameSpot have been working on. So that's pretty cool. I really like when they do deep dives into this stuff. I love learning about how games are made, which is why I like talking to developers on the pod. But yeah, I don't think I'll play this. What about you, Sharon? Final Fantasy fan?
No,
No?
I'm not.
Not either.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear she's all about shooters and immediately killing people? She don't want to wait.
I
mention
don't.
You don't like stealth-based games?
No.
I mean,
You're
also,
playing
this
Splinter
new
Cell?
one is just straightforward action adventure. It's not turn-based.
Okay, when do we get a new Splinter
just
Cell
wanna
game,
kill
though?
stuff.
That's the question.
We
Yeah,
won't.
that's what it does.
Say we won't, Troy?
We won't.
What? Apparently they've been making a movie with Tom Hardy for 20 years. And they haven't...
Wait, what?
No, seriously, Tom Hardy, there was an interview with Tom Hardy. He said they're going to make a Splinter Cell movie. He's going to be Sam Fisher.
He's already been working on it.
They haven't been doing anything with it. Like I haven't heard any updates.
I thought for a second you said Tom Holland, and I'm like, what?
No, Tom Holland would not make a good Sam Fisher.
Oh, I'm going to hide in a little boy. I'm a little
Grim.
boy.
I don't know how Tom
Grim.
Hardy's going to be Sam Fisher.
Dude, Tom Hardy, freaking Bane and Venom, buff brute. He could get the voice easy.
Sure.
I don't know if he's going to try to do the
Bronson?
voice though.
Not a big Tom Hardy
Michael
fan.
Ironside
Dude,
has an
what have you
amazing
seen him in?
voice.
Bane and Venom. And
That's
I don't
it?
like him in
That's
either.
it?
And in Inception, he was in Inception. I didn't like his character in Inception.
I was born in the dark.
I was born in the
Molded by it. I didn't see the light
Bane.
until I
Fuck
was
his
only a
Bane.
man.
It was nothing but lightning.
Okay, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's move on from that. Next bit of news comes to us from Kotaku.
Bane.
Epic Games is going to start publishing games. And they have a slew of talented developers working on games that they are going to publish. So they have Remedy, who recently released our last year's Game of the Year, Control.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a fucking amazing game.
I need to play it still.
Yes, you do need to play it.
I
Everyone
have
should
it
play
now.
Control.
I have it now.
They are also working with Playdead, the makers of Limbo and Inside, to make some games for them, or rather make a game for them. And the developer behind The Last Guardian is also working on some stuff. That's Gen Design. He's also working on stuff for Epic. Now, you have to assume here, if this is Epic publishing these games, these are Epic Store exclusives?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Barf.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Come to console, maybe?
Epic has their own launcher. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah,
like, why would they publish and get behind monetarily these games if it's
none of
not
their games are gonna be on
exclusive for their
Steam.
platform? That's definitely not going to be on Steam. Whether it comes to consoles or not, I guess that will be up to them. I mean,
I think it would come on
They'd
consoles.
come on consoles.
Yeah.
They wouldn't want to lose that pay.
Yeah,
Right.
That's a big.
They don't have to share that with Steam then, you know? Like, Epic took their thing by themselves, but they still kept it on the consoles still will get it. They still want that money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I guess Valve's games still came to consoles too.
Yep.
So why would it be any different? Yeah, good point, Troy. I like it. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what these three very talented studios can do. And I know all of these are still independent studios. I know sometimes it's hard for independent studios to like survive and keep creative control of their games. And Epic Games has been raking in boatloads of cash through Fortnite. And they've been
So much money.
Yeah. They've been really good about like pushing or putting some of that back into the games industry though, like in a way that keeps the industry interesting. Like I think it's a good idea for them to get into publishing since they have so much capital sitting around.
Well, this money, what should we do with it?
Well, how about we help fund other games?
How about we
Fuck
actually
yeah,
do?
that's cool.
I
That's
mean,
a
I was
cool
just
idea.
going to blow it on cocaine and hookers, but, that sounds better.
Jesus.
That's probably how the meeting actually went.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
I was gonna spend it on cocaine and hookers, but now that you say that, that's a good idea.
That's a better idea. Then we'll get more money, and then in the end, we'll have even more cocaine.
This is all about us getting more cocaine and more hookers. Let's be completely honest.
I love the cocaine.
More cocaine.
More
All right.
cocaine.
Yeah, not much more to say about that. They don't have any information about the games other than Epic's going to be publishing them, and maybe we'll find out more about that at E3. If Epic gets into publishing, I mean, not E3 officially, but maybe we'll get some announcements around whatever E3 ends up being this year since it's canceled. But Troy, do you think Epic Games hosts a press conference? Or is it too early for them to say, maybe?
I guess it depends on how long they've been working on this stuff behind the scenes. If they just brought it up now, they'll probably say something about it around that time. They would have to.
Yeah.
If they want people, that's when people are listening. At least that's when we listen the most.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
So I think if they want to stay relevant, they got to keep up with the times. Whether, it's canceled or not, they still got to be there.
I mean, if Warner Games was going to do a press conference and will presumably do an online thing, you've got to figure if Epic's getting into publishing. Warner has like 2 fucking properties that anybody cares about. And those don't even come out every year, so...
Yeah, it's not Injustice this year, is it?
I don't think so. Well, that would be next, though, so maybe.
Yeah, I guess it could be this year, because it's been a while.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll get Mortal Kombat versus DC 2, though.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. As long as they make it M, and I can rip Batman's balls off. That's why I'm there.
Joker's in Mortal Kombat, so...
All right, this next bit of news comes to us from Digital Trends. This one actually is for you, Philip.
I hate this. This is stupid.
Sorry. So Konami responds to Silent Hill revival rumors. They are not true.
Konami, you guys are
Dude, all these
stupid.
things, Half-Life 3.
Yeah, we're getting
This
a lot.
one,
Just
I don't know.
on your IPs, shoving them up your ass. No Metal Gear, no Silent Hills. People want it.
So
People want to get your money. Fuck.
we reported...
We're making gambling machines in Japan. I'm sorry. Making money over here. We don't need you anymore, gamers.
Pachinko.
We reported on this, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that we reported that Sony was working on buying the IP or licensing Silent Hill and possibly Metal Gear from Konami. And it was even reported on Twitter that they already had devs working on these games. So Konami calls bullshit on that, basically. multiple sources reported the news that they were working on, the Sony was working on that stuff, but I guess Konami's maybe not ready to say one way or the other. So Konami's quote here. Go ahead.
Sony had figured out that Konami's password is just the Konami code, and they just changed it.
Right.
They're like, okay, maybe we should. Yeah,
logged in.
You guys
stole
are
the
trying
IP.
to steal this stuff. We'll change our password finally after 30 years.
Well, Sony should know something about passwords since they got hacked a couple of years ago.
Oh, a couple years ago? That was a while ago, Ryan, for one.
It was like a couple.
Oh, it was 2011.
Fuck, it was not
2011, 2012, yes.
All right.
Because that's when the interview came out.
I believe you. I'm not going to look it up. I believe
it's because, Korea got upset about the interview thing with Sony.
Yeah, a couple years ago. All right.
Dude, so I couldn't play Black Ops 2 or 1 or whatever the heck came out.
That's what you get for playing on Sony.
I was pissed. Yeah, that's the time. That's when I decided no more PlayStation. I was 3 or 4 months I could not play online. I was trying to play GTA 4, man.
Dude.
GTA
baby.
4.
Okay.
You are a baby.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, Colin. Fuck up.
That was
All right, here's the quote directly from Konami. We are aware of the rumors and reports, but can confirm that they are not true, a Konami representative said. I know it's not the answer your fans may want to hear.
It's not the answer anybody wants to hear. Nobody likes you, Konami.
What a dick.
We know that there's like a small minority of fans who want this news, but
small but vocal minority that might be interested in new IP.
Everyone else of our fans love our slot machines. They couldn't be better. Metal Gear, you got to play the slots. Silent Hills, you got to play the slots. They want pachinko.
Otacon. Play the slots.
Play the slots. Get me away.
Liquid. Play the slots.
Oh, you lost. Pay
Where can I find money for the slots?
Where can I find a pachinko tile?
Gosh. Where can I play this game?
At your local casino.
Otacon, you suck.
Only on PlayStation.
Oh, shit. Thank you for that, gentlemen.
Poor Kojima.
Yeah, poor Kojima doesn't get to work on Metal Gear anymore. We'll have
Silent Hills.
We'll get a Death Stranding sequel, I guess, or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think he wants to make more in Death Stranding. What he's talked about is doing something else, which make whatever you want,
just make another weird ass thing.
Are there no more questions to be answered in that game universe, Kojima?
No, I
you
need to
fucking
play
dick.
it.
For the people
he has
that
no
liked-
answers.
Right,
He's just
right,
like, well,
have
you'll
answers.
figure it out when you get there. I don't know.
I'm sure
It's going to take a while to get there, as it were, but yeah.
I'm still sure that even he's upset at the end of 5 because he couldn't even finish it. They didn't let him.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. Konami, go bankrupt.
So that
I think with Death
THQ, so they can
Stranding,
sell off all their IP.
Yeah, and then become Nordic.
I'd be all right with that.
Nordic.
with Death Stranding, he was
okay
just
with
trying to. He's like, you know what? I'll make this crazy ass place, and the fans will make up a story for me. I don't need to make one.
Norman Reedus will have a fetus, so there you go.
Oh my god. What?
That's
He's
what
got
happens,
the
that's what
bottle,
happens
baby.
in that game. Norman Reedus has a fetus. I've never heard it rhymed in that way. But
You can't, because that's a huge thing that Jacksepticeye was doing. He's like, Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus. Norman Fetus and his amazing Reedus.
I like it. I'm on board. All right. We can move on from that. Hopefully,
No more fetus talk.
Hopefully that becomes untrue. Like hopefully somebody, maybe the person that they asked didn't know. It could be, or they're not
Could
ready
be
to
a lie.
release the information yet, or a smoke screen. It's all a smoke screen.
Because I personally do like the stuff I played of Metal Gear. Like, I enjoyed a good chunk of what I played of 5. I didn't get to finish it.
Right.
And then I played all of 4, loved 4. And then I didn't get to play the older ones, but I watched a lot, did a lot on the lore. There's a crazy universe of story and lore in it that's very well crafted.
That's being maybe a little bit generous.
On Metal Gear?
Is Revengeance the dumbest name ever, though?
Did he come up with that name?
I don't know. There's a Metal Gear Revengeance.
I don't think
and that's really stupid.
I don't think he made that game. That game was fun though, but
The Revenges.
I don't think he made that one. That was kind of
Maybe
like
not.
we need hack and slash.
Yeah, I don't know if that was him or not. This last bit of news here is actually for you, Troy, so I'm glad you're joining us.
Yay.
I know what a big fan you are of movie theater popcorn.
Movie Peter Popcorn.
Movie Peter.
I love the movie Sweet Popcorn.
Movie Peter Popcorn.
And with the movie theaters being closed, you cannot go to said theaters.
I can't get my Theo popcorn no more.
So this one's for you. There is a movie theater owner who has been selling popcorn out of his parking lot to help his employees. So this is actually a kind of a feel-good story that we don't really cover on this show.
Throwing it off of the balcony at people. Buy my popcorn. Here's a bag. Give me $1.
We seem like Arnold.
Your popcorn.
The popcorn.
California.
So he has been selling concessions on the curb of his movie theater, and he's reportedly making $300 to $400 a day. This is
one tub of popcorn.
This is Mark.
Wait till the IRS comes knocking at his door.
Cash only. It's cash only. He's been So Mark O'Mara has been a theater owner for about 30 years, but he had to close down his 2 theaters in Fairfax, Virginia, and it's keeping him up at night, mainly because he's worried about his workers losing their paychecks that they depend on. So he decided to sell the concessions from the curb of his theater, and he is using the proceeds to help his workers, evidently. So as soon as he opened his concession stand curbside service, he sold $25 worth of concessions in the first 45 minutes of opening.
It's only like
Well,
one
that's
person.
like a bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
Right, that's like probably a bucket of popcorn. And why would you other sell the other concessions? Like, where's the curb at? Are you going into the theater to do the drinks?
Yeah.
Or like
pulling out the pop machine.
Why would anybody pull up to a movie theater? They can get a drink for $1 at McDonald's. And yet they're going to drive over to the movie theater and pay
supporting your local.
I don't think
$17.50 for like popcorn.
I don't think
and
he's
drink.
selling drinks. I think
He may
he's
not
just
be, but why would you go to the
popcorn and
concession
candy.
stand? Like, what do you mean concession stand? It's just popcorn.
The popcorn and candy.
It's the only
popcorn,
reason to go
candy, cotton candy.
there. Okay, cotton, like fresh cotton candy. I
candy's
could see,
pretty
like
bomb.
fresh
Get your
cotton
hot
candy's
dogs.
fucking.
I was
Pretty
craving cotton candy today.
I mean, he just has to sell them $20 bags of popcorn and them $10 boxes of candy.
So it says he helped spread the word on Facebook, and once people found out that it was a semi like proceeds
Fundraiser.
for the workers, that way they came to help out him. I think come by the concession stands.
Yeah, Colin. Cotton candy is a non-COVID friendly candy.
Yeah.
Like you got to stick your hand in there to make it.
Well, I don't know. I've never made cotton candy.
I have my own cotton candy maker.
I mean, don't you know how to make
There you
movie
go.
theater popcorn? You got to stick your hand
was
in
a
there, just let
gift.
it burn.
I only used it like twice. You can put hard candy in there, stuff like root beer barrels. You can put it in there and make a root beer barrel. Cotton candy.
badass.
It is. Barrel.
You guys and your bees.
We don't know how to say
The
them
movie
anymore.
did, the wooba babu.
Some words are hard.
Yeah. So I don't have any more news for you guys.
I can go ahead and
Dang.
share something real quick.
Yeah. Get
All
after
right,
it.
since we're in the light of good news, I feel like I need to plug something here because it definitely was something where so you guys know John Krasinski from The Office. Guy
I've heard
plays
of him.
Jim.
Yes.
I've heard of him.
He started a YouTube channel called Some Good News, and it came number 2 on trending the other day. And I happened to watch it while I was at work, and I just want to give you guys like a little give him a little plug here to actually go ahead and watch that video. It's like 15 minutes long, and I don't know how often he's planning on uploading, but he's just like with all this coronavirus and all this negative news going around, he just goes around and talks about good stuff that's happening in the world right now. And he has an interview with Steve Carell and like does like a little catching up with like from The Office, and they like talk about their Office bloopers, and you see some of those bloopers. So it's kind of a feel good story. You see a lot of feel good stories in there. So I just kind of want to plug that. Watch that if you want to laugh, get in a good mood, even though it kind of makes you want to cry because it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. So
I
just plugging
purposely
that.
avoid shit like that so I don't have to
Because you
cry.
don't have a soul.
Well, that's true.
I just want to be numb. I don't want to feel anything.
Gosh,
That's why we have this podcast too.
Welcome
We're
to
not
my
negative
life.
Nancy's
if you guys want to cry,
about things not
I've
other
been
than Corona,
Fairly negative. Many.
Yeah.
That was negative earlier. Like,
but not about
less than an hour ago.
not about Rona.
if you guys,
But that's cool, Colin. I'm glad you plugged that. I may watch that. I like Steve Carell and John Krasinski's
Yeah,
chemistry.
I did
Yeah, for
see.
sure.
I did see that like trending around a lot. So
yeah, it's a good video for sure.
Cool.
Watch it.
All right. Anything else?
If you guys do really want to cry, go watch About Time on Netflix.
Go watch The Notebook.
About time. That's such a good movie.
Oh my gosh,
It's so
me
good.
and my wife were not expecting that ending, and we were
same.
like bawling beyond what we ever thought would happen in a movie. And I'm like crying, and then I'm like, she doesn't cry that much, and then I'm hearing her just like. And I look over and it's just a waterfall, and I'm like, "Oh my
cry in
gosh!"
that one, yeah.
I don't cry at movies, so
I also
you'll cry
watched
at
the
this
movie.
challenge accepted.
You'll cry for that one.
I also
last
watched a
time-
movie
Yeah.
recently,
Go ahead.
and it's called The Others. It was made in 2001.
That's a good movie.
You guys should watch it.
The Nicole Kidman.
at her finest.
It is
yes.
a really good movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
First time I watched
Psychological
it.
thriller.
Yes, watch it, please. Please, I beg you.
I beg you.
I need somebody to
That
talk
one-
to about this movie.
I think we've seen it.
No, we don't have to bring it. We don't have to bring it up.
Yeah, Rachel always like yells at me because I don't cry at things.
I cried in Terminator 2, dude. When he gives the thumbs up. Oh!
Hey, does that mean that you cry when you play Doom?
I didn't play Doom.
Okay, because he does that.
No, really. But yeah, I cried in Terminator 2. I was
He
like
doesn't
10.
fall into a vat of lava, and you haven't spent the whole time loving him as a character and learning about him as an android.
I mean,
he
somewhat.
dies.
It's been like you're like
John
you're like 15% into the game, and then if you fall in lava, he's like, "Oh,
Austin
what
Lee
is
stuff.
this?"
Dude,
He
it's
does
sad.
the thumbs up. That I
He
maybe didn't
sacrificed
notice.
himself
That's a good movie.
for the greater good, even though he comes back in like 20 years.
All right,
Every movie.
we gotta get out of here. This is
Never.
I don't even know what we're talking about now.
We're talking. We don't know what we're talking
rant,
about because
dude.
the world has stopped turning. I don't even know what day it is. I keep forgetting.
I did forget it's the last day of March.
I forgot over the
It's
weekend. what
freaking
day
Tuesday.
it
We're
was.
recording a podcast.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
Tuesday.
Shut up.
All right, we are out of here. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on. Brought to you by the Idiot Savants. I've been your host, Ryan Wolf. Thank you,
so monotone.
Philbo.
Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, Troy, for joining us remotely.
Yes.
I'll see if I can piece this motherfucker together tomorrow.
Everybody,
Thanks, Phil, for the
stay
mic.
home.
Yeah, stay home. If
Stay
you don't
the
have to
fuck
go
Stay home,
anywhere.
listen to the pod. There's a
Listen to
lot
the
of them.
pod.
Just
There's like
listen to all the
there's like
episodes on
over
repeat,
130
and then like get people to be
episodes or
more
something.
fans of us, because then we'll do more.
Yeah, spread the word.
Spread the word.
Leave us some reviews on Apple
the word
Podcasts if you
around.
want to.
Spread the word, not the COVID.
We are still offering stickers as a reward for leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you shoot us a screenshot of your review on our Twitter handle at the Idiot Savants or Instagram handle at the Idiot Savants, I will personally send you a self-addressed
we will use gloves
envelope
to
of a
package
sticker.
these stickers.
I'll use gloves. If
I
you want me
promise
to.
I will not personally lick them.
Yeah, they're not licking stick. They're
That's
just
it, yeah.
stick.
They're just
But-
stick.
Oh, you're just gonna lick them anyway.
I'm just gonna lick them anyway.
but not.
But
for the
not.
fans.
Yeah, for real listeners, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and
And
we
we
will
will lick
send
your
you
stickers.
a sticker. If it's a 1-star, though,
We're gonna lick your sticker.
yeah, we'll take all forms of
Yeah,
criticism.
we take all forms of criticism. I will take a 1-star over a nothing.
Also,
true,
those
for sure.
stickers are awesome. I have one on my computer. It is a
We also have
fantastic
bumper
sticker.
stickers now.
Yeah, we have bumper stickers, but
that
they
is a
don't
thing.
need to just go on bumpers.
No,
they
they
can
don't.
go on
They're pretty
things
big
that
stickers, though.
aren't bumpers. All right, peace.
We're out of here.
Bye.
That's all, folks.
Open those gates. Rip the balls off.
It's not going to stay. You keep referencing back to jokes that don't stay in the episode.
Wait, that's not gonna be in?
No way that makes the final cut.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, man.
That was funny.
It was. And it's not going to make it.
Okay, then just rip Batman's balls off. There's no gates anymore. Fuck it.
Now there's no context for ripping Batman's balls off.
No
Yeah.
context for ripping Batman's
Doesn't
balls
make
off.
any
They just need to be
sense, I'm
removed.
sorry.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Don't touch my balls, Alfred.
I love that
So
video
good.
so much. I can't believe
One
that
of my
actually
favorites.
happened.